Greetings, people of Earth. I come in peace. Welcome to Quality Coding live stream. Hello, Mudshark. And for those who are watching after the fact, because I assume nobody's here but Mudshark yet, because Mudshark. For those watching after the fact, my name is John Reed, and I am a coach and trainer at Industrial Logic. And we left last time with a kind of a problem. Whoa, what's the deal? Oh man, my face is getting chopped off. I have to muck around with that. Hang on a second. No. No. I am debugging there. No, that's still wrong. Oh man. Okay. Hang on a second. My camera comes. No. Well, I've really gone and messed up my my OBS settings. Ah, I look beautiful. What the heck? I'm sorry, it's super distracting. At least my head is in front. My background is gone AWOL. Nowhere to be seen. Oh well. Hopefully it'll I'll sort that out next time. Oh, hey Garbob. Good to have you. Let's see, a quick update. I gave this teaser last time, but this new e-learning is coming along, the Swift edition. You can't get it yet, but I am this close. It's the most exciting thing I've done since writing my book. So expect to hear more from me on that. Some neat things that it's got, which I didn't have to do, or rather, well, no, I worked on some of these. It's got automatic critiques, it's got videos, it's got forums where you can even see like what are the past discussions in other languages about a particular topic, or if you have something in particular about Swift microtesting, you have a question or disagreement even, you can put that up there and then I would be able to reply to it. So this will be fun. Really looking forward to this. Here's where we are in our project. I'm turning this into a package, and we tried bringing this in. Let's just go back there a second. We've got Swift sample. I made Swift sample package. Let's go there. And let me, oh, you know what? I really didn't set things up properly. Well, at least it came up in the right place. Hey, that's not bad. Presentation dark. Okay, I got lucky. And we've got our breakpoint. This is where we were. Let me make sure breakpoints are enabled. Running the right thing. And I was having trouble with associated objects, which this project uses a lot. We set in various places. Excuse me. In various places, we set an associated object to jam in more information into an object, and then I get it back out. Where's the get? Here's the get. And there's something weird going on. Let's just refresh our memories real quick. All right. We come to the get, and this is nil. This thing that comes back from the get associated object is nil. So I cried out on Twitter for help. And got an important pointer, an important tip from an Apple engineer, something I had overlooked. And I gave it a quick try, and all it did was crash my unit tests. But I'm going on the theory that crashing my unit test, not here in this package, but actually inside my project proper, that maybe that's reproducing the same problem earlier. That's my hope. So let me, guess I'll just stop this for now. And let's go back to Swift. Let's see, where do we do? Obj-C set. Hang on a second. Let me look in Swift. And not for a whole word. Isn't that right? Am I dreaming? Let me grab that. Let me copy that. I'm confused. I am confused. Okay. My directory must have been off. Here are two places we are calling set, one on UI alert controller, one on UI alert action. Let's start with the action. That's, I think, the one I care about the most. Okay, so let me show you the problem. Hey, Hamzag, welcome. My loop deck, hang on a second. What is going on? I'm having all sorts of technical difficulties this time. And now my loop deck has gone out of whack. Oh, well. Okay, before we start, let me run tests. They pass, but I'm afraid I am passing by luck, and that actually it's masking a problem. The problem is set associated object. It takes an object, that's any, value. What the heck is value? Okay. The object is what you're setting into, what you're adding information to. The value is what you are sticking in there. Oh, really? I was like, started reading up on microtesting. Yeah. It's still a little bit of a new term to me, but it is not a new term, not that new. Most people say unit testing, and that's what, of course, I refer to because that's what most people expect me to talk about. But really, I'm all about microtesting, I discovered. Okay, so the key, here's the thing. The key is a pointer. When we're in Obj-C and we have a key and you pass in some, it was a string. Actually, it wasn't just a string. Let me see if I can't whip this up real fast. It wasn't just a string. It was, and I'll get my my syntax all wrong, but it was a static again, I apologize for my probably poor Obj-C code, but this gives you the idea. This is the way it was. Something like this. It was a string, yes, which is a pointer to a character in C, and it's a constant and it's a static. The important thing is that it's a static pointer. And this is the revelation from the Apple engineer, is that all it is, the key is only a pointer. It is not the value of the key. It is not, are you passing in the right string? No. If you happen to pass in one string and it matches and you pass in another string, but it's got a different pointer, you'll get, it won't work. So that was like, oh, shoot. And that worked in Obj-C because everything in Obj-C is pointers. And because it was so static, it was locked in place. And so as long as I used my key, I was guaranteed to use the same address, the same pointer address. Not so in Swift, right? Not so in Swift. So let's start looking at this. In Swift, what have I got? I'm passing in this associated object key, which is kind of a lie. Okay, it's a static. That's good. But it's a static. Apparently, it was converting this to a pointer somehow underneath the hood, and I happen to be getting lucky. Really, and this is meaningless. The string itself is meaningless, but maybe we can sort that out if we can fix this. So, apparently what I need to do, let me get back to, let me just save them both here. Actually, let me come back. We'll do this one at a time. Apparently what I need to do is use as the key the address, and that doesn't work. Cannot pass immutable value as in out. All right, we'll make it var. So we should be able to do it there. And then the other place it's used, right here. So if I change these both to pass in the address, then what happens? Oh, my tests pass. I didn't think that's what happened when I was coding last week after getting this tip. I really try not to code much so that you see everything here, but I wanted to check it out and it didn't work. Let's keep going. Let's go to the other one. Let's see, I am in UI alert action. I want to go to UI alert controller. So let's do it here. This is the same problem. Change it to var. And let me find that and do it there and run tests. Oh, here it is. Boom. Okay. So for some reason, it works in the one, but not the other. So this is what I saw last time, and let me confirm by debugging this time. So in app code, normally the debugger stays out of your way until you ask for it with a Control D instead of Control R. And here we see the fatal error. The associated object on UI alert controllers extra properties is not found. Oh, there are two places where that happens. Oh. Is that? Maybe it's because I'm not getting them both in place. Let me just check. Okay, maybe this is the problem. Hey, all right. That worked better. So, I'm humming because this isn't the kind of thing that I think is easy to add a failing microtest for. I think I've hit the area where it really depends on, unfortunately, on expert knowledge to say that static string was implicitly being wrapped into a pointer for me. Well, I'm going to check this in. Let's do our micro commits. Package resolved. Oh, let's undo that. The scheme, nope. Just these two. So this is really, it's a fix. Really, it's a bug fix, I think. So I'm going to mark it as a bug fix. Pass pointers, not strings, as Obj-C keys. Let me commit and push this, because what the way we're checking this out is the way I found the problem is by using it as a Swift package. So what I'm wondering is, did I just fix the problem? Let us find out. We'll go back. Let's go back here. And this is actually, you'll see this hasn't updated because this is me manually editing the package itself, the contents of the package. There was this. I did also see this thing. Instead of passing self to this thing, it was like, pass it, but don't retain it, and treat it as an opaque pointer. So it's like, make this an unmanaged pointer sort of thing. And that might be necessary. So let me tuck this away. I'll just stick it here. All right, now let's see if we can't update the package. See if this automatically goes and corrects itself. And we should see the and, yep, the ampersand to get the address. So, does this work? Let's be bold and try it without debugging. And run tests. Oh, right. It would seem that I messed things up by not realizing that there were two different places I was doing the get, and I had updated the one and not the other. Woo! All right. You know what this means? I still want to see like about this. Should I pass in self and do this special not retaining business, even so that everything is fine? But what this means, people. That's done. Ah! You can now get View Controller Presentation Spy as a package, as a Swift package. There's more I want to check about this, but before, wow, great. Here I was afraid this might be a really short session. It might still be a short session. That it might be a short session because I'd run into this problem and not know how to solve it, and we'd be stuck, and I'd go crying back to my Twitter followers. But very good. Very, very good. All right. Well, sorry, I just have to. This is the next thing I want to do is kind of poke around I don't want to change the external API at this point, although I do think that there's one thing I can do a better job of in Objective-C, in the Objective-C API. But why don't we start poking around? Oh, I'm still happy if I had a proper streaming gaming setup here, I'd be hitting like some sort of cheer button or sound effects. But let's start doing this. Let's start looking around at the names and doing basically cleanup, tech debt. And we don't need to get too nuts with this. I don't think. But why don't I just start at the top? And let's look for anything. I don't know, what am I looking for? Anything that's clearly like weird from a Swift point of view. This is not, that's fine. Because it needs to, this is the Objective-C way of calling this class. Everything inside of here we didn't touch, so I'm not concerned about that. Obj-C override public init. I don't know. Oh, here's a 2. Notification names. Ooh, look at this. What the heck? We've got these keys. Which look funny because of QCO mock. QCO mock, that's a good thing for me to look for. The reason, for those of you who haven't done Objective-C, the reason for the weird prefix is that in Objective-C there's no namespacing, and so the way we were supposed to do namespacing is to add a 3-character prefix. Apple said they reserve the right to 2-character prefixes. People pretty much ignored that, unfortunately, but that's how we avoided clashes. But this is a good thing. I just found a good thing to start on, which is anything that starts with QCO, I should be able to like get rid of, especially if it's only inside the Swift world. Like, what is this key even used for? All right, so the keys, and can they be private? One thing at a time. Let's slow down. By the way, now, you know, do feel free to suggest, point out things, anything I'm missing, or even if I've mentioned it. Like, John, why don't you, have you thought about this? Let's start renaming things. Mock view controller presenting view controller key. And before I start renaming things, I want to see if I can make them private. Nope. Hey, Rick. Oh, boo. That you didn't get a notification. Either Twitch is fried or it went in your junk mail. Who knows? But good to have you. Welcome. So, private is no good. Apparently there are other things that use this. UCO mock view controller presenting. Let me go back and see again what is the purpose of this before I start renaming and whatnot. So we're putting it into user info, and it's just a key to put stuff in and take stuff out, it looks like. Here's where it is put into this dictionary where we say the view controller is self. The flag, the animated key, the completion key. All right, that gives me a better idea. I think what I want to do is get rid of everything like QCO mock view controller and just say presenting key, presenting view controller key. And since the contents of the key, just for self-documentation purposes, keeping the key value, the same name as the value will help if I ever have to debug this. So that's mostly automated. Let me do this. I am feeling pretty confident about these changes, so I'm going to lump them. I'm going to do, no. Slow down, John. All right. Let me, I need to exclude this package resolved. For now, I'm going to undo it. And what's unversion? Okay, that's what it is. I'll come back there. All right, so this is an automated change. I'm going to say rename keys, and I'm going to do a little trick here. I'm committing, putting in this my safety hook as a micro commit. I was about to go ahead and make more, but here's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to say, you know what? Let's do this one and run tests again. And this is basically the same change that I wanted to do, but I want to check them separately. But having checked them separately, let me amend the commit. So I'm just going to add on to it. And same thing here. So that's good. I'll amend the commit. You don't want to abuse amend, but in this case, because I'm making the same change just in different places, it feels good to keep them together. All right. Here's some more. Notification name. View controller presented, view controller dismissed, alert controller presented. That's what it should say. Let me be a little more bold. And notification names are internal, but still I want to keep them matching for debugging purposes. As long as I don't mess this up, and we'll find out here. Okay. Simplifying notification names. Great. Is there any more QCO? There is. There's QCO hiding right there. UI view controller. Now, I declared this as a class func, but it probably doesn't need to be. It can probably be a static func. And what is this? This is really a little, yeah, it's a bigger R. Static method instead of a class method. The name of the method I feel okay getting rid of the prefix. Oh, is it used from Obj-C? And I don't think it is. Because let's go see. Thank you for the question. Here it is. It is called in Swizzle Mocks, which is called by, excuse me a second, which is called by the alert verifier existing or falling out of existence. And that's where the Obj-C comes in, is just creating or destroying that thing. So I'm pretty good, I think, with doing this. Let me just quickly rerun the tests. Self QCO. These are static funcs inside of NSObject. The reason I had them all prefixed, but you're making it an SPM, so shouldn't it be Swift calling it? Well, Objective-C can call it too. I'm serious. And maybe you're joking, or maybe you're serious. Now that it's a Swift package, you can bring it in as a Swift package into either Swift or Objective-C use. That's something I haven't checked, though. And that's probably going to be a step, is to update my samples. Yeah. Like where I made this, the Swift sample, and then we have the Swift sample package. There is similarly an Obj-C sample. I want to try Obj-C sample package, but not right now. But in terms of like why I added all this prefixing is because when it was in Objective-C, I think the danger was much more real. Except no, because this is an extension on NSObject. I think it is possible still that there could be clashes if you happen to have a replace class method extension on NSObject. That seems like it would be bad for me to stomp over your thing. So let's leave that. That makes sense. All right, so we've got, where else are we using QCO? QCO. Swizzle. Capture alert. Here's Swizzle capture present. Well, how do I feel about that? Having just said that, do I feel bad about having Swizzle capture alert? Yeah. As an extension inside of UI view controller, what are the odds that someone has that? Let's look again at the original name. QCO mock. Hmm. I am less certain about this change. I want to sleep on this. Or maybe you've got some opinions. Because these add on to, these are extensions. Is it possible that you would have a swizzle capture alert? Yeah, I'm just not quite feeling it. So let me try this. Let me undo this, commit. Let's see what this does. It's not quite. What is the difference between revert commit and undo commit? I think revert will check in a new commit. Yeah, it does. That's not what I want. Let me try undo. Let me try undo again. Okay, that's the target change list. All right. So there we go. All right, so I'm going to leave my extensions to UIKit alone as far as naming goes. Let me make sure I didn't. Yeah. Everything else is mine. But once it starts getting into yours. All right, so let's look for QCO. Uppercase? No. Let's look for QCO. Those are just the outer names. Maybe we're good. Class funcs again. I feel like I ought to clean up all static method instead of class method for swizzling. I feel like maybe I should change all the class funcs to static funcs. Let's just do it in one go. Replace all. No good. Git reset hardhead. Make sure I get back to green. Okay. Let me try again with one at a time. That one's fine. So the swizzling ones are okay. All right, so those are still the same as the last commit, so I'm going to amend that. By the way, I plan to wrap up a little earlier today because I haven't been to iOS Dev Happy Hour in quite some time, mainly because I'm an introvert and the prospect of being in a social thing for 3 hours terrifies me. This time it's only 2 hours. I may bail. Like I may just be like, introvert, I can't take it. Partway through, but I feel less intimidated by a 2 hour social gathering over a 3 hour one. So I'm planning to wrap up a little early, which probably means I should wrap up soon. Where were the other class funcs? Here's some more swizzling. Let's go. Let's go there. All right, so this one, probably okay. All right, so that one's okay. That's also a swizzling one. This one, though. No, probably not. Because this is a swizzled thing. Where else? Here's another. That's good. Where else? All right, the others are swizzled places, so I don't want to touch those. I want to leave them as genuine class methods. Rather than statics, which aren't really methods. They are standalone functions. Okay, I'm feeling better about this. Is there anything else? Let's just do a quick sort of a lightning survey to see if anything else pops out as non-Swifty, and then I'll wrap it up. Also, I want to show you here. Let's look at I want to show you something that is really nice in Swift, which is the ability to say, hey, alert verifier, verify with all these different parameters. And it's not so good in Objective-C. That's how it started. And then when I ported it to Swift, I realized this is not good. So that's probably something we'll do next time. To continue to make this better, but I'm feeling pretty good. Let's close your container. We didn't change. Here's another verifier. That's gonna be, I'm just scanning real fast here. So sorry if you can't keep up. These are just swizzling methods. Presentation verifier. Here's an Obj-C private func. Wait, can I make them private? Oh no, this is for adding an observer. That's different from swizzling. But is it? Let's go back up and look for Obj-C. Here's an init. Here is a class function. Okay, so let me just try this by itself, just to confirm. Yeah, it doesn't like it at all. Oh no, that's different. That's a false warning. Yeah, so that's not good. But I also don't think it can be private. Oh, it can. Okay. Let me mark this. Feeling pretty good about that. Make things private. Let's make this for next time. And there. All right. So let's wrap it up for today so I can take a little break before I have to be actually social. Because right now it's easy because you're just text messages. Oh, my lovely screen. I'll have to fix that too. But thanks for joining, and I'm excited because now the rest is sort of internal cleanup and maybe exposing this new API. And I think I want to do that before making a big splash announcement so that it all goes together. But thank you for joining me, and excited that this will finally be available as a Swift package. There may be more that we can do. Every week, Mudshark, it's just like, okay, we're going to be done. Okay, we're going to be done. Okay, we're going to be done. But this time, I'm done. Thanks for watching. If you are watching this after the fact, thank you for sticking with me this far. And, subscribe or give it a like or whatever you're on. Hit the thing to give the algorithms reinforcement that you care about this, that this was maybe somewhat valuable to you. All right. Take care and keep fighting those fascists.